Hey everyone, I'm Noah.
I'm Steph.
And this is Smash, and basically I'm gonna get wasted and explain a comic to you. Infinity Gauntlet, pick it up at your local comic book store. This is the rebirth of Thanos, this comes first. Oh, I'm drinking Canadian Club today.
I'm drinking some fancy Jackson Triggs, which may have been fancy if I hadn't put it in a McDonald's cup with some Sprite.
That's pretty fancy. Okay, Jim Starlin wrote some of the best stuff that Marvel has to offer. Jim Starlin, he's the granddaddy of all the space stories. Like, the Infinity War is coming out of the MCU, and Infinity War, it's definitely not going to be like the comic, and, like, you're probably not going to see too much of what I'm going to tell you when it actually gets, like, made into a film. But, like, it's a great story. Like, please read it.
So how many times have you read the Infinity Gauntlet before this?
Before today?
Yeah.
Twice. It's, like, really good. I recently got into, like, all the Cosmic Marvel stuff. I started with DC. It was just, like, I was, like, a Batman child. And then, like, I read into Batman. I got into Superman. Superman's tight. Got into Superman. I work at a comic book store now. My friends are all, like, try Adam Warlock out. Adam Warlock is, like, one of my favorite superheroes now. Like, when people put Superman in this position of, like, no one can ever beat him, like, they do not understand the comparison to Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock has plot armor. The story changes so he can win all the time. He's a space wizard. There's no better way to put it. He just, like, he flies through space. He makes up his own rules. He's a magnificent being.
I like it. Space Wizard. So is he like Harry Potter level, or like just like Gandalf style, like in Marvel?
It's like
I mean, if you're gonna compare him to another wizard, that's already kind of.
I'm trying to. He's kind of like in his own ballpark. I guess he'd definitely be more like Gandalf. Well, okay, so the idea with Adam, yeah, like the mythos, it's so unique. Like, is Jim Starlin, he made all of this Cosmic Marvel stuff. Like, all of it is thanks to him. Like, we wouldn't have Thanos, we wouldn't have Warlock, we wouldn't have, like, Marvel. Like, just, there's so much that we wouldn't have without him. And Adam Warlock is basically, he's this dude, he was born a full-grown man. So the concept is that you have this, like, super powerful.
It seems like it would be really uncomfortable for his mother.
Oh my god. This is smashed! In the Infinity Gauntlet. This is amazing. Cosmic Marvel. Ridiculous. This is the prequel to this, so it's going to be a little long. This stars Silver Surfer. He's all exhausted. He's been traveling the universe, and he's like, boy, a desert planet. This is perfect. I'm gonna, like, take a second to rest my head. So he, like, he closes his eyes, and he's like, I'm in his castle. Where did that come from? And it's, like, crazy. It's, like, straight out of, it's, like, there's, like, skulls and shit. It's, like, crazy. He goes inside, and he's like, oh my god, that's Mistress Death. Silver Surfer's like, oh my god, Death. And, like, her minions are bringing this chest out. The chest opens and this, like, this crazy ominous smoke, and, like, bam, Thanos is back. Plot twist, Thanos was dead because Adam Warlock killed him because he's the best. Thanos is back, and, like, Death is all like, okay, I have this problem. There are twice as many people alive right now than people that have ever died, ever. Thanos, you've served me, like, I need you to kill everybody. Thanos is all like, Mistress Death, I love you. Brought Thanos back, and she's like, serve me, serve me. And he's all like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love you, I hate life, you're the opposite of life, you're the best. And so, and then he, like, blasts Silver Surfer, and Silver Surfer's like, oh my god, he could see me, it wasn't really a dream. Silver Surfer, like, wakes up, and he's, like, flying through space, and, like, Thanos shows up, and he's like, sup, dude? Come with me, I gotta show you something. And Silver Surfer's like, no, and he, like, blasts him, and Thanos is like, that's fucking so cute. Thanos, like, teleports them, and they end up in, like, the Japanese subway system. Like, just on Earth, and he shows them, he's like, check out how busy this little area of the world is. Isn't this like fucked up? Like these people can't afford to like get anywhere like this place. Look how crowded Earth is. The Reserve is like, you're insane, life is beautiful. Fuck everything, you're crazy, you're evil. And Thanos is like, that's cool, check this out. And he brings them to this planet where these like cute little gremlin dude things before they like turn into evil past like midnight things. These little like adorable Furbies are like, they have no natural predators, they're cute, they're gonna multiply like crazy, and so soon there won't be room for them to breathe. Isn't that terrible? And Silver Surfer's like, no, fuck that, life's the best, you suck, evil mother, get the fuck out of here. And then Silver Surfer is like, okay, what was the point of all this, Thanos? Thanos is like, aha, I've defeated you, check this out. You picked up germs on Earth, and normally you would have lost them through space, but because I teleported you, you brought germs to Earth that killed the Samaranians, and now like half of them are dead because I manipulated time. Like Cosmic Marvel's the best. Silver Surfer's like, no! And he flies back to Samaran, and like there's like piles of burning little like Furbies. It's like a tower, like the plague is happening. And he's like, oh, I can't believe I was a part of this. Thanos appears on Nebula's ship. You're the girl that says she's my granddaughter. And Nebula's like, yes. Thanos is like, okay. And he's all like, backhand. He backhands somebody, but he takes her general, and he's all like, waka 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 waka, and he like changes her. He looks like Thanos, and he fakes his own death, and then he's all like, now I will go and peer into my castle, and he looks into this well, and it's the Infinity Well, and it tells him about this being that was like the first thing. Eventually this thing got so lonely that it killed itself, and it was all like, blah, and there were gems everywhere. And it was all like, yo, I don't think it's fair to call this thing anything else but God, because it was like the first thing that existed. Find the remainders of its being, and he does that. At this point, when the Infinity Gauntlet actually started, Thanos was actually God at this point. He had the gauntlet, and the whole point of the story was to showcase how awesome he was. What ends up happening is Thanos goes, and he's all like, I'm looking into this well, and it tells me that there was this being. And Thanos is all like, I'm gonna make everything awesome. He goes into Order and Chaos's realm, and the In-Betweener is stuck there, trapped in this bubble. And he's all like, In-Betweener, man, all I want to do is free you. And to do that, we need to both blast this bubble as fucking hard as we can. And In-Betweener's like, Thanos, you're my homeboy, let's do it. And they blast this bubble, and then the Betweener gets out, and he's like, Thanos, you foolish fool, I will show you. And then Thanos is like, backhand. And then the Betweener's like, oh, my face. And then they get out of it, and Thanos is all like, yo, I took your gem on your forehead, and now I'm smart. Like, traveling the universe, and there's this motherfucker called the Champion. It's endless power, he like can punch anyone, and then they fall down. And that's the whole idea with the Champion. And then Thanos takes the Champion, and they fight each other, and then the Champion like does a suplex, and he drops the people's elbow just like The Rock, and then this whole planet explodes, and Thanos like puts Nebula's general in his place, and he's all like, yo, this is it, you're dead. Nebula's general is dead, everyone thinks Thanos is dead, and Thanos is like, peace, I'm gonna go on. This is still this book. Like almost there, this is so close. The gardener is all, his garden is beautiful, and it's because his gem of the Infinity Gauntlet controls the power of time. So he's been able to like grow his plants like however he wants. Thanos kills him. Then he shows up at the Collector's crib, and he's all like, yo, Collector, I know you have an Infinity Gem, I know you don't really know how it works. I'm gonna take it from you, but I'm gonna give you something else. And Collector's like, okay. Whatever you say, Thanos. Thanos is like, just trust me, fam. Thanos goes, he goes to like this far out part of the galaxy. There's essentially the Marvel's Flash running around. The runner is so fast that he's able to end up in places before he's able to even understand that he's left. Thanos tricks him, takes his gem. I'm just gonna fast forward actually. When the Infinity Gem begins, Thanos is already God. He has the Gauntlet. He controls time, space, the soul. He controls everything. Thanos is the master of reality. He's done it in the name of death. Death does not love him. The Silver Surfer has gone to Earth, warned everybody of the peril that is Thanos. Everybody knows what's going on. The Avengers, they band together. They find Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is like, Avengers, I will save you. I will cast a spell on you that will last for 60 minutes and you'll be able to breathe in space. And everybody's like, that is fucking cool. Way too drunk, take this away from me. You know, it's crazy, like, look at this. There, and Mephisto's all like, the devil on Thanos' shoulder, which is like already fucked up because Thanos is like a bad guy. And Thanos is all like, yo man, I'm so smart. Thanos controls time, space, reality. He's essentially God at this point. And he's all like, whatever. Adam Warlock's dead. Nobody's gonna stop Thanos. Silver Surfer's running towards Earth. And Silver Surfer's like, yo man, please save everyone. And Doctor Strange is like, what are you talking? Who is Thanos? What are you talking about? Thanos is all like, I'm so smart, I'm the best. And he's all like, Mr. Death, please love me. And Mr. Death is like, no. Mephisto has been there the whole time, and he's been like whispering in Thanos' ear. Like, Mephisto, what is it that you're thinking of? And Mephisto's all like, yo, Thanos, if Death is just unimpressed with you, then like give her what you promised her, like wipe out half the universe. And Thanos is like, oh yeah. He like Spider-Man is all like, oh shit, like half of everyone's gone. What about Mary Jane? And Cloak is all like, Dagger's gone, I'm gonna kill myself. And he's like about to jump off a building. The Avengers call like a thing. The Avengers are all like, yo guys, this is crazy. Silver Surfer showed up and he's been all like, Thanos is just like, Thanos is God now, we gotta stop him. And they all get together and Doctor Strange is all like, guys, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. We're going into space and we're gonna stop Thanos. And everybody's like sick and they go into space and like everybody punches Thanos. Hulk punches Thanos. Thor punches Thanos. Drax punches Thanos. Everybody loses. Thanos is omnipotent. Thanos has control over the mind, the soul, the spirit, time, reality, existence, everything. Everything that exists. Thanos is God. Captain America is the only one left. Thanos is all like, Captain America, what do you think's gonna happen? He's like, I'll show you, and he's hiding behind his shield. Thanos backhands the shield. The shield like splatters into a million pieces. Thanos like holds the Avengers and like suspends them in time. This is way too hard. I'm sorry. Everybody shows up. Order and chaos shoot at Thanos. Thanos is all like, no! Fucking everybody else shoots at Thanos. Thanos is all like, no, fuck that! And he freezes them all in time. And then in turn, he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, Thanos, because you have the Infinity Gauntlet. That's everything I stand for. And Thanos is like, fuck you, I stand for the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet. In turn, he ends up frozen in time. Everything's fucked up. And it's all like, death. Check this out. Snaps his fingers and he basically makes like girl Thanos. And like there's this chick that shows up and her name is Draxia. This is so tough. Captain America has a moment with Thanos and he's all like, yo, listen man, I'm an American and we believe we're the greatest. And Thanos is like, I believe I'm the greatest. Check this out. And he's all like, but his spirit leaves his body. And he exists on like a plane beyond space. He's like, I am God once more. Nebula's at a point where she's all like, I'm like a thing. And she grabs the Infinity Gauntlet, puts it on, and she's like, I'm God now. He says, yo, Thanos, I'm gonna control the universe. And Thanos is like, no. But it's too late. And Draxia like blows up Death Monument. Thanos is all like, oh shit, this is the worst thing that ever happened to me. Nebula's like, haha. The whole planet blows up. Nebula's like, I control everything. Thanos is like, no. Nebula like sees Thanos' like body just kind of like lying there with like the gauntlet. And she kind of like picks it up and like wills herself back to reality. And she's like, aha, I'm like a thing again. And Thanos is like nothing. And Nebula's like, you foolish fools, I wish everything back to how it was 24 hours ago. And like all the people that were dead are like back to life and everything's like how it was supposed to be. And Nebula's all like, dude, this is the sweetest thing ever. And Thanos is all like, I exist. What ends up happening is like Adam Warlock, the space wizard of destiny, he has this moment with Thanos within the Soul Gem because like a Soul Gem originally was like this thing on his forehead. And he was all like, I have this bond with the Soul Gem that no one else has. And because Thanos held it for so long, Adam Warlock is like, I know you, Thanos. I know you better than you know yourself. And Thanos is like, that's cute. And Adam Warlock is like, no, for real. Lost again. He's all like, 3 times you've achieved godhood. And 3 times because you've achieved godhood, you fail to achieve it. And that is because you don't deserve it. And you know it deep down. And Thanos is all like, okay, I guess you're right. And Adam Warlock is like, of course I'm right. I'm Adam Warlock. And Luck is all like, no, it's mine now. And they have this whole struggle. Adam Warlock actually like goes into the Gauntlet. And he goes into the whole like world that exists inside the Soul Gem. Which is like one part of the whole Infinity Gem Gauntlet. And like they fight over it. And like Adam Warlock is all like, yo, dude, you need to give me this. And Thanos is like, no. And Adam Warlock is like, no. And they both fight. And then one of them explodes. And then, like, that's how this story existed. Thanos, like, went to go live on a farm. I'm not making this up. Nebula gets, like, locked out of the Gauntlet. And ends up getting lost there, and everybody looks at it. Man, Adam Warlock grabs it. And he's all like, yo, I'm your master now. Listen to what I say. Check this out. This is the best. And they get to this planet. And there's like a scarecrow, and everybody's like, oh no, it's Thanos. And then Warlock's like, no, it's like this thing that represents Thanos. And Thanos is like, I once had this planet, and now I don't. And like, Adam Warlock's the best. The Infinity Gauntlet is some of like the best comics I've ever read, but I'm way too drunk to remember how it goes.
Out of 10 whiskeys, how many whiskeys would you give the Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh my god, 10. Good. I just
It's
can't.
It's a perfect.
It's like, yeah, it's perfect. It's so good.
It's a perfect.
It's so good. It's like, this is what comic books is supposed to be. It's so ridiculous, but it makes sense, but it's like so stupid. This is like the best comic.
Would this be, like, do you have to have read The Silver Surfer?
No, you don't. It's like, you should. It definitely helps with what you're going to digest from this. But
And this is specifically the rebirth of Thanos.
it's the prelude to this storyline. Like, it really helps. If you're going to read this story, please read this first. It'll shed all the light you need. It'll help you figure out where you're supposed to be in, like, life and, like, everything you're supposed to be doing with yourself. Like, this is the comic that comes before this comic right here. Thank you for saving Bruce Banner. Thank you. We're gonna smash this comic. We did smash it. It was great.
No, the whole point of
High five.
the show was to do it like that.
This is Smashed. This has been Smashed.
This
This is
has
our
been
pilot
smashed.
episode of Smashed. We've got guests coming up. We've got other cool comic books. Like, I'm gonna get like smashed next time and talk about Watchmen.
Yes.
Like, I can't even explain that sober. So, I mean, that's gonna be a real treat to watch.
I
We're gonna,
can't
like,
even explain that sober.
Yeah. So, I mean,
That's too hard.
that's coming up. This is our first episode. Tune in on the YouTubes on our channel here. And
www.youtube.com/roguesportal.
Okay, thank God. It's good. It's okay.